All right, so listen, KD Nation, I'm excited because I consider these guys my family. I was behind the scenes when you guys were recording in the studio. We're in the studio right now, Young OGs. We're talking to Rowdy Rax, Nhale, and of course, Drummer Boy 909, baby. You guys are here. And when we were filming, I was like, you guys got to come to the station. So thank you guys. You guys stood true to your word.
You already know.
I love it.
Mando.
And let's talk about, I'm just going to jump into it right now because there's so much going on with you three. Let's talk about the video that's out right now. Rowdy, like, this video's lit, bro.
I know. I mess with it heavily.
So tell me, like, the day of you guys going on set, how was that?
Crazy.
Hey, you got to elaborate, Drummer Boy, come on.
No, I mean it's always
fun.
it's always like a crazy environment when you step into these videos. You know what I mean? We've been doing it for a long time, so you get used to it. But you know, it was dope. You know, the way me and Nhale, Rowdy just come together and make this thing happen is like it feels natural.
But you said you've been doing it for a long time, and yes, you guys have been doing it for a long time individually. But
yeah.
it's a little different
Together, yeah,
when you
you're
mix
right.
the sauce up in the street.
Yeah.
Like, how does that work?
I mean, it can't work for everybody. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, obviously, like we've been, you know, being in the industry for so long, you know, you work with a lot of different people, and sometimes, you know, it's about gaining different fan bases and stuff like that. But, you know, this is the first time me and Nhale really worked. But me and Rowdy, we already touched million views on our own, you know what I'm saying, together. And then our first day in the studio together was just, it was just, you just, you know what I mean? It just happened so naturally. Like, the songs, they just come out,
Sometimes
you know what I mean?
you just click like that, you know?
Right, definitely. And you guys, so Bobby D is really behind this project too, so we got to go ahead and shout out Bobby D.
Shout
but
out Bobby
the
D.
fact that you guys are doing Young OGs, Exhibit is on the intro of the song.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Fire,
tell me,
fire.
how did that all work out, and what was that phone call like?
You know, it was crazy because Bobby D had mentioned it, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, a lot of stuff gets thrown around, ideas and stuff, but because of Bobby D, that happened, you know what I mean? And I think it was dope because, you know, a lot of people give us, like, backlash about us remaking old records, right? But, I mean, the music industry's been
Why do you
on
think
that.
the backlash, though, if that's what everybody loves?
That's what I'm saying. That's, you know, the music industry's been doing
People
that
are always
for
going to look
years.
for something to say. No
a
matter
lot of
what.
a lot of the hits that we sample was samples, you know, with their own twist. And
Right.
I'm my own twist by itself, so you know, with me on there, it's like, of course, people are gonna say what they say, but I got my own style.
Well, you know what's so
within it.
crazy is that the minute people hear your voice,
Yeah,
it's already
yeah.
compared, right?
Yeah, but like I said, a lot of the songs that we sample are samples. So if people was really musically inclined, they would already know that.
Yeah, they would
And
know.
the thing is that, like, this is what the people need. They need that run back from those songs. Like, you know what I mean? They need that vibe to come back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're tired of all this new, like,
Talking to them.
they're tired of all this new, like, you know, BS, like, music. You know what I mean? They need that real music to come back.
I just think like it's a different listening audience too, as opposed to somebody that's streaming your music and social media. A lot of social media, they're doing that. They're looking for stuff. You know what I mean? But it's still the views. Now, how did you guys? What made you all decide on using the sample "Bitch Please"?
I think that was a collective idea, and it only made sense, man, because, you know what I'm saying, Nhale and his pops, rest in peace, you know, I mean, he's like the glue that's putting this all together, you know what I mean, and the idea that we had was to remake some of those classic songs and put the new twist, which is the new West Coast twist. I mean, we are the new West Coast.
You
know what
are.
I'm saying? I mean, not just us, you know what I'm saying, because there's a lot of artists coming out of the West Coast, but putting him on it just made a whole lot of sense, and he brought that same feeling and that same vibe. So when people hear that record, like, I've showed different people the records even before they came out, like some of the people that give me honest opinions, and they be like, damn, this shit give me chills, you know what I'm saying, just listening to Nhale and listening to how he sounds like his pops and how he does his own thing as well, you know what I mean? So it's like a stamp on it. So
And you know what I loved? Like, just I got the privilege of being behind the scenes and seeing really you guys in the studio working together. Is that it wasn't email me your verse, email.
Yeah.
You guys actually were in the studio, all three of you guys together.
Right. And
That's a whole different chemistry, right, Nhale?
And that's what like that's a little bit what I was gonna say. It's easy working with both of them because they also now writing, you know, they bars. They going hearing the beat and going to the studio and like freestyling the verse. So that's like,
But y'all were freestyling?
I mean, in a sense, like
Damn, I love it.
I don't like. They not going in there writing it and looking at the phone. Like,
That's all we do.
you know, they go in there and just, oh, this wrong. Okay, I got it, and run it back. Okay, I got it. Like, it's easy for me to work with people like that, and then you giving me a sample. Like, I'm already gonna put it's like it's easier for me than it is for them. So, you know, I'm honored to work with both of them. They both, you know, some dudes that I respect they work ethic and how they get down.
Right. And I really think like the name Young OGs is so fitting for you guys because to me, you guys are young OGs in the game.
Yeah.
Like it's what it is. A lot of people respect you and where you're at. So let me ask you, Young OGs, tell me some of the OGs that are going to be featured on the album. And you got to give me a sneak peek.
I mean,
Hey, I was behind the scenes with them. They have to.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I mean, we could have got like OG features and a lot of those as far as even like you hear an exhibit on the song, but our idea was to just get the OGs at least, if not just spin a little bit of words on it, maybe in a feature. But most of the songs we got, they talking on it, and we ain't really agree. Maybe they could tell you more, but we didn't decide on like a feature that we really wanna that we felt we not necessarily needed. Shout out to all the OGs, but you know they can hit on that.
Pretty
a little
much more just wanted to give them credit with this style of music that they brought. You know what I mean, and to show them that we felt it and it had an influence on us, you know what I mean? So that's the reason why we're bringing it back. You know, we ain't really try to get them on the track to like
Just kind of like
like
the
with
sample is
sampling,
playing, it is
right,
really paying homage
right,
to them
exactly.
without
Like
even having to say
right,
it, right?
with sampling
Okay, got
exhibit
it.
and then getting exhibit on that classic record, I just think it wouldn't have allowed ours to be a classic,
exactly.
you know.
It's
So
like, then they're gonna be like, oh, you guys are trying to use them to get.
Okay, I see it now. Exactly.
Him
So it's like we're gonna pay homage,
Right.
but we're still gonna stand on our own, so
Exactly.
people know and it's respectable.
And then when you hear that sample, exhibit is talking and basically saying this is okay,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
this is cool. You
I
feel
got
me?
that. So let's talk about the tour. When is the tour kicking off?
The tour kicking off in the next a couple months. Bobby D's putting all the dates together. So what we're doing right now is we're basically getting the world ready for what's about to happen. You know what I'm saying? So
As
we're gonna
best we can.
yeah, we're
This
gonna
thing
drop a
gonna be
couple
ready.
records, and then it's definitely gonna be before the year ends. So I'm really excited about that.
You kicking it off in LA, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh
for sure.
no.
Wait,
we
what?
ending in LA. That's
Okay,
that's
saving the
grand
best for
finale.
last.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
like
we was kicking it off.
no, we got it. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I gotta check the notes, man. But but I'm thinking I'm pretty sure we're gonna end down in LA. I mean, we're gonna take it everywhere, and I'm really excited about it, man. Like I was telling the homie, like you know, obviously, you know, we've been doing tours and stuff like that before, but you know, all these cities and states, they're like reaching out for me to go and go perform there, and I just been saying no, not yet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
this is my main priority right now is to put these records out and then go on tour with the homies. You know what
I
I'm
love
saying?
it, yeah.
And just do it big and do it, you know, as
Hit 'em
big as we
upside the head
can.
with this
You
West
know?
Coast.
For reals. No, and there's people that I've seen the comments and they're like, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
When is this song gonna drop? Oh my God.
I
People
think
are
it's
excited.
refreshing. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Feels good, honestly.
you know, when it comes to like, look, the West Coast music, it's been changing a lot.
It
The
has.
sound has been changing.
Exactly.
The beat selection has been changing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I've done it too. You know, we came out with, you know, different records and different sounding beats, and you know, me and my producer 100, we just kind of been switching stuff up. But for people to hear these songs that are so nostalgic in the West Coast, you know, saying community, it's like when they hear it now and they hear us getting off, you know, the way we get off now, it's like a whole like different, it's a different vibe. Like I'm a fan of the music that we're dropping right now, and I'm usually not a fan of my own music at all. I just
Stop. Are you
Even, like,
serious?
the lyrics, like the homie saying, the beat selection was changing, the vibe, like even the lyrics, the story, the things that people are saying is changing. Like it's becoming what's new now. You know what I mean? They're
Right.
talking about dissing people on the internet and social media, and just like even the lyrics, like on this project, is like refreshing to hear like some real West Coast like gangster lyrics. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
There's some
So,
real music on
Yeah,
there.
you feel me? So it's like taking it back to us being excited about shooting this video. Like, this video was fun, it was exciting, but it just made me like, damn, I can't wait to shoot these other videos. Like these
Right.
other tracks that you guys haven't heard yet. Or
yeah.
It's just gonna go
Crazy.
hard with
Yeah,
that.
like we got songs that's not samples that we just,
yeah,
you
we
know,
have
our
original
own,
sounds
just
too,
yeah,
but
original sounds.
You'll be like, man, isn't that a sound? Because it sounds so West Coast, like, you know what I mean? The way we do it, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
No, Roddy, and your sound is so distinctive. It's crazy. Like your cadence is like really fucking bananas. I just want to tell you.
I appreciate that.
And it really does stand out. Like you guys being young OGs in the game, you got to tell me. Like I know a lot of OGs have embraced you. I've seen it. I've heard about it. People talk about you. I was on a cruise to Ensenada, and artists were talking about you on the ship. Like it's amazing what people are like saying about the sound. But you got to tell me what OGs like have given you advice in the game. You know, I know you guys are young OGs, but OGs still give advice, you know, and they will kick you down with some game.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Who was that to you?
I mean, to me, it's a big handful of people. But I you know what stood out to me, that you know, and it's crazy because we were just talking about that. But I had bumped into ODM. I bumped into him. I think I did a show on like Lake Havasu, and he was there.
Yeah.
And that was my first time talking to him. And you know, I've been in the game for a minute, and he's a pioneer, one of the pioneers in this game. And he kicked me down some game, man. And you know what? He gave me my flowers right then and there. You know what I'm saying? And for me to hear that from people that been doing this music thing for that long is like crazy. Like,
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
And I know, so like for him to give you his, like your flowers,
right.
he doesn't do that unless you deserve those flowers. You know what I'm saying? So that says a lot too.
I feel it was real genuine because like we was there, man, and I'm a big like advocate for like, man, if you don't mean it, like don't say it. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't, like we don't, you know.
Don't waste your breath.
Yeah, we're here.
got
We're in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Without you know somebody trying to pump my head up, but. Nah, he was real genuine about that, you know what I'm saying? And that was like the last person that told me something. That wasn't too long ago, so that's kind of what comes to mind right now.
Nhale, I know you have been coveted by a lot of OGs. Like the one that stands out that you're like, man, that advice I've taken to this day.
I really wouldn't necessarily say advice. I just watch myself, and I would say just the things that Snoop doing, and like last time I seen him, what he told me, and just it's just next level with him, you know, and it's real rare that, you know, it's just me and him somewhere or he could, you know, tell me something. But I say just dog, like, because, you know, it's rare that I'm out with him or just because that relationship ain't always been the best. But when it's good and he just let me know something that's like 1 minute long or 30 seconds, like, I'm thinking why, like, or this really how he feel.
That's dope. And Rowdy?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly like the homie said, like, I never really, well, besides me spending time with Sugar Free, you know, and crossing paths with Cocaine.
Yeah.
And them giving me props and
Sugar Free gave you a lot of props, bro. Yeah.
Them giving me props and a little bit of guidance, like, you know, to what I have coming and what I'm gonna be facing in this game and stuff like that. Besides that, like the homie said, just me paying attention. Like if you listen to the East Siders, if you listen to Snoop Dogg and them, like their music, they drop a lot of jewels. They drop a lot of game in their tracks. You know what I mean? They spit game. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you listen to it and pay attention to it, you'll pick up game like that. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much why, like, a lot of my songs and stuff, like, I'm not just saying anything, like, you know what I mean? I'm spinning some real talk, you know what I mean? So, like, I got my game pretty much from listening to these songs, listening to these OGs, these pioneers of the West Coast, like, you know what I mean?
No, I definitely get it.
They put game down on these tracks, like, you know what I'm saying?
Before you guys dip really quick, because you guys are young OGs in the game, and of course, you know, you got the song. Make sure you guys go ahead, watch it on all platforms. Check them out for the tour dates because it is coming soon. But for you being young OGs, there's kids that are younger than you or even the same age that are trying to do this.
Yeah.
And they've been trying to do it for a long time, right? Whether
time.
they're hustling in the neighborhood and they're singing their music, whatever they're doing. What advice do you get them? Because sometimes they do it the wrong way. So how do you go about doing it the right way?
Nah, it's crazy. That right there is crazy because I noticed that the fan base that I have is just been growing and growing, and then they're getting younger.
Yeah, that's
they're getting
crazy,
younger,
right?
which is a trip. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't too young no more, but you know when I can hang in there with the young homies and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's getting younger and younger. You know, people that listen to me, now they're bringing their kids, and their kids are at the shows, and their kids are like super fans, and it's crazy. But the only really one piece of advice, because I've been asked this question like a lot throughout my career, that I always tell them is like, you always gotta kind of do this on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta find your way on your own. If you always look at somebody else to help you or think that person is gonna put you on, you know, it doesn't always happen like that. People will help you along the way, you know what I'm saying? But First and foremost is you. You're the person that's gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is like staying consistent, really trying to go after what you want. Because when it comes to record labels and different stuff like that, like I did it all, and there's nothing that a record label can't do for me that I haven't already done for myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what I tell them every time we talk.
My advice is like I always tell people like learn to read the room.
Yeah.
Like there's certain tactics in this business that could either make you or break you.
Yeah.
This industry's small and people talk, you know?
Yeah, but yeah, keep those relationships. Even if
Definitely.
you don't like certain people, you got to keep those relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because relationships could take you far in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Respect, yo, respect goes a long way.
Roddy?
My biggest piece of advice to anybody in the music industry or any other industry for that matter is love what you do. You know what I mean? Like, if you love your job, you'll never feel like you worked a day in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to say this to a lot of people, like, even if I don't go nowhere with my music, if it doesn't take off, which I know it is, but if it don't, I'm still going to continue to produce tracks and still going to continue to make music because I love to do this.
Right.
I love music, so it's like I'm not going to stop doing music just because it's not paying off or the future's not looking so bright, future's looking dim. Like, it don't matter to me. Music is my form of expression. Music is my passion. That's what I'm going to keep doing no matter what.
And you gotta love it because in this business, like we're talking about the good. You guys are going on tour. You guys are gonna definitely have some merch. You know what I'm saying? They're doing music videos. But let's keep it 100. There's bullshit that goes on in this business.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bullshit behind the scenes, and that's where it takes. You know, it's either gonna make you or break you.
Nothing
you
else
know?
matters as long as you love what you do.
And you gotta love what you do because otherwise you're not gonna be able to deal with the bullshit that comes with it, right?
Yeah.
Inhale.
I just think it's a marathon. Shout out Nip. That's really
Sometimes I think it's a little heavier for you. Am I wrong?
Nah, I mean it is, but we got past that like 5 years ago.
Right.
Now it's like you a man, dog. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
just like anybody else. Like
But I can only imagine you're the son of a motherfucking West Coast legend, a king
Yeah.
that everybody reveres, right?
Yeah.
So it has to be some weight. Rather you're like, okay, cool, I've done it, but it has to be that weight because of that name.
I'm gonna be
It's what it is, bro.
It's but honestly.
And you handle it with grace.
But I don't mean to like.
You do. You walk
No.
in and you handle it, and that's
Yeah.
cool.
Because like the biggest that I was losing him, so that was the most pressure already. Anything after that, it's like, all right, what is
Yeah.
it? You know, like he supposed to be here. So anything
Well,
else
listen,
is, so it's a marathon. Don't stop.
That's
Young
what
OG.
I'm talking about. The
You
tour
know?
is gonna kick off. How can they follow you guys? Because everybody's gonna want to jump in on this tour. I'm gonna manifest. It's gonna be sold out.
Yeah.
For sure, it's going to be sold out.
Yeah,
You're going to
no,
want to see
mandatory.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not going to want to miss this.
Let them know how they can follow you, Rowdy.
You can follow me at Rowdy Rags with 2 S's on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Follow me and stay tapped in with the young OGs. Follow the homies.
Yeah, that German on, you know what it is.
They already know. Inhale
He's
7.
like, everybody knows my Instagram already.
Come
CC,
on,
what the
man.
hell?
Yeah, we at home right now. It's
But
not,
there's
it's not
somebody
no-
new. You know
For
what
sure.
I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
There's
for sure.
somebody new,
Yeah,
and if
there's
that
always
person is like
somebody new.
intrigued, let them follow you.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Put people on. Don't leave them in the dark.
Yeah. And and really quick, I know your team's here. Shout out your team. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's a
saying?
big
Because I know
shout
your
out.
team be holding y'all together, and I be seeing it. So shout out, you know what I mean, to Ocho, to Big, that really be like, putting them pieces together, and I think that's dope. And shout out to Bobby D.
Yeah, big
Shout
shout
out
out to
Bobby
Bobby
D.
D.
Yeah,
And shout out to
OG,
Cece because I'll
man.
be hosting their tour coming soon.
You already know.
I'm just
Coming
saying.
to a city near you.
There you go.